Hi, good morning. Welcome to Business on News Desk. Now, if you're in the Ashanti region, chances are that you're paying more for bread or any pastry. This is because bakeries in that region have served notice they will increase prices of their products by 1 cedi across board. They say the rising price of flour and other ingredients as a result of the depreciation of the cedi has informed their decision. Nanaya Aljima has more in the following report.
Late February, President Akufo-Addo, at the opening of a factory in Accra, assured efforts are being made to stabilize the local currency.
I'm aware of the anxiety there is in business circles and through the population about the recent depreciation of the cedi. I am extremely upset and anxious about it too. But I want to assure you that all efforts are being made to arrest the decline and restore the cedi to stability in order to improve the competitiveness.
Though similar assurances had come from the government over the years, real stabilization continues to elude the economy. Fanti Newtown, the bakery hub of Kumasi. Almost every home here has a bakery, employing at least 20 people. Business has for over a year now been tough, some on the verge of collapse due to increase in prices of ingredients without corresponding rise in unit price of bread. Some bakers share their sentiments.
We want to inform the public the proposed increase is not our making. The market has forced us to do so. Our profit margins have dropped significantly. We are unable to break even sometimes. Therefore, the need for increase. We will have to add more money to our capital before we are able to buy the ingredients. We are pleading with the government to come to our aid, stabilize the dollar so we can run our businesses effectively.
A loaf of bread has sold for between 2 cedis and 5 cedis for over 5 years now. A casual market survey reveals 50-kilogram bag of flour sells between 153 cedis and 157 cedis, depending on the brand. The average price in November last year was 110 cedis. For a 20-kilogram bucket of margarine, the prices range between 99 cedis and 103 cedis. Bakers say they have had to reduce the size of bread to stay in business. This, they say, is no longer sustainable.
All right, in other news, the Ghana Maritime Authority is calling for a national maritime transport policy that would help address transport challenges in the industry. The call was made at the launch of a 3-day workshop held for players in the maritime industry.
The workshop is an initiative of the International Maritime Organization, IMO, and the World Maritime University with the objective to develop a maritime transport policy document to strengthen IMO member states. The 3-day workshop was to create awareness on the proposed National Maritime Transport Policy, NMTP. Among other things, the NMTP will strengthen Ghana's Maritime Authority's capacity in operating with other countries. In a statement read on his behalf, Transport Minister Kweku Ofori-Siama assured the Transport Ministry will do its best to ensure the policy will be put into implementation.
The policy has been reviewed in line with international best practice, as well as incorporated emerging issues in transport, such as environmental and climate change issues. The National Transport Policy, being the blueprint for the development of Ghana's transport sector, any subsector specific policy, such as maritime policy, should evolve from the National Transport Policy. I'm therefore filled with a sense of elation that we have been able to bring together all the different agencies and stakeholders in the maritime sector with the objective of raising awareness.
The acting chief for the subdivision of program management and coordination with the IMO, Jonathan Pache, explained that the implementation will go a long way to improve the country's business relations with other countries.
If there is a national maritime transport policy and related strategy which will lead to Ghana implementing more efficiently the international maritime standards, of course, customers would and foreign countries would look at Ghana as a place where standards are adhered to, and ships can ply their trade here without any problems.
The workshop will run from the 13th to the 15th of March 2019. Karen Dodo's report for JoyNews.
Now, Société Générale has expressed its readiness to support small and medium-sized enterprises with more than 700 million cedis in funding. Now, according to the bank, the support is part of its global growth strategy for the year. My colleague Bismarck Awusa engaged the managing director of SG Ghana, Hakeem Uzani, and our reports.
The managing director of SG Ghana, Hakeem Uzani, said the bank has set aside in excess of 700 million cedis for budding businesses.
The financing is one of the aspects the SMEs need, among what we see, like governance and marketing and HR, etc. And on the financing, depending on the needs of the SME, we will be here to intensify the effort we've done. And we have talked about the global targets we have for the 3 common years to for about 700 million Ghana cedis as an envelope for the financing of the SMEs in Ghana.
Mr. Uzani spoke to Joy Business after his outfit's engagement with the media on the launch of its flagship program, Grow with Africa. On his part, the head of Africa and Overseas Region of Société Générale, Alexander Maymat, explains the role of the banking sector to control the country's increased debt stock.
If you compare, the indebtedness level of a country like Ghana, which is around 30% of the GDP globally, with the situation in China, when it is around 140%.
And that's all in business. Coming up in sports, Liverpool beat Bayern Munich to reach the last 8 of the UEFA Champions League. George Addo Jr. will have the details up next in sports.